Have you seen this one yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I loved it. I just told Amber, because we have this expression in Norway that we say it's so Texas. Okay.
It's so Texas?
It's so Texas, yes. Something's crazy. Are you excited or nervous?
I think a little bit of both. I always am for all my films. You know, you work really hard. You spend so much time on it. You know, eating, sleeping this movie for such a long period of time. Then you know when it gets out there, you know, it's kind of out of your hands, and then you know, it's I guess it's no longer yours anymore, and so so you know, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking.
It, and I think I love because there's so many different elements in here. And is it a little bit of 80s inspiration? I heard Toto in there. I didn't expect that one.
I think you know, being a product of the 80s and 90s myself as a kid growing up in that time span, in that period, you know, I think it found its way into it, and definitely a lot of my inspirations were from sort of filmmakers that I looked up to, that made all the films that influenced me from the 80s. Yeah, like you know, like it's weird. Like this movie has sort of shades of, you know, kind of Star Wars, which is what I grew up with, but then also Karate Kid as well.
It's a lot of different things. Yeah, what about Jack Burton and the Aquaman? Would they get along?
We may be trapped.
You know what? I would hope so, because he has a very Jack Burton-esque vibe about him.
It's really funny. We also, I also love the 80s, and I brought a little gift for you.
Wow!
With an agenda, because I'm hoping maybe you'll maybe you'll direct a troll movie.
A troll movie? Well, did they? That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
So now it can stand on your shelf, and you can
That's so cool.
think
Thank
about
you.
coming to Norway and make a troll movie. You know what his name is?
What is?
Morten Harket. He's a big star from the 80s.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, and I hope that it will inspire, you know. I'm very anxious to see what movie you come up with next.
Be something very scary. How about that?
Yes, scary and a little bit funny, and a little bit crazy. Aquaman, this character, the superhero that other superheroes kind of make fun of, used to, not anymore, I think.
Right, right.
Is this like a message to all the misfits out there that you don't belong anywhere, but you belong everywhere?
I hope so. You know, that's kind of that is kind of like the sort of the theme in this, right? Here's a guy who doesn't feel like he fit in either world because, you know, he's part Atlantean and part surface dweller, and so he doesn't feel like he fits in either world. But of course, you know, he goes through his hero's journey to discover that he is actually the best of both worlds. And I think you know, there's a very strong message there to kind of say, you know, embrace who you are. Don't be afraid if you're from two separate cultures, and just, you know, take the best of what you have.
Yeah. It's like, I just have to ask, what made you, because you're very famous for many things, of course, and a lot of horror movies, but what made you want to direct a superhero movie like Aquaman?
I think twofold about why I picked this particular character. At the time, you know, he's never really been done before, and so to me, that's very unique. You've seen many versions of you know, of like Batman or Spider-Man and all that. Like, you've seen versions of those guys, but you've never really seen this guy been brought to the big screen before, especially when I was working on it like 2-3 years ago, and so I think, you know, I didn't want to just make a superhero movie for the sake of making a superhero movie. I wanted to do something different, and so this character was unique, different, hadn't been done before, and secondly, the chance to kind of create a really big, visually striking world. I've wanted for the longest part to do a sort of a big sort of fantasy world, and this story really allows me to do so.
I'm not a king.
Atlantis has always had a king. Now I need something more.